What if I told you that the key to success doesn't lie in massive, dramatic changes, but in tiny, incremental improvements? That's the core message of Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that has transformed how people think about self-improvement and building lasting habits. In Atomic Habits, Clear breaks down the science of habit formation and shows how small changes, what he calls atomic habits, can lead to incredible results over time. Today, we're going to dive into some of the most powerful lessons from the book and explore how you can apply them to transform your life one habit at a time. Let's get started. One of the main ideas in Atomic Habits is that small habits, when repeated consistently over time, compound into significant change. Clear explains that habits are like the compound interest of self-improvement. The effects may seem small in the beginning, but over time, they add up. Imagine you're trying to improve your fitness. Instead of trying to run a marathon on day one, you start by jogging for just 5 minutes a day. At first, it doesn't seem like much, but if you add a minute or two every week, by the end of the year, you'll be running long distances with ease. Clear emphasizes that the key to long-term success is not in making huge, dramatic changes, but in making small, consistent improvements. These tiny habits may seem insignificant in the short term, but they create momentum, and before you know it, they become automatic. One of the most powerful concepts in Atomic Habits is the 1% rule. This is the idea that if you get just 1% better every day, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. Small improvements may seem trivial at first, but over time, they lead to exponential growth. Clear gives the example of the British cycling team, which was historically terrible. They hired a new coach, Dave Brailsford, who focused on making small, 1% improvements in every area, from the cyclists' nutrition to their bike seats and even their sleep patterns. These tiny changes added up, and within a few years, the British team dominated the Olympics and the Tour de France. The lesson here? Focus on making tiny, 1% improvements every day. Whether it's in your work, fitness, or personal life, small changes, when done consistently, can lead to massive results over time. At the heart of Atomic Habits are the 4 laws of behavior change. These are the principles that make habit formation easier and more effective. The 4 laws are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Let's break them down with a simple example. Imagine you want to build a habit of drinking more water. First, you need to make it obvious. Place a water bottle on your desk where you'll see it all day. Next, make it attractive. Maybe you get a cool water bottle that makes you excited to use it. Then, make it easy. Fill the bottle the night before so it's ready in the morning. Finally, make it satisfying. You could reward yourself with a fun sticker or a moment of relaxation after finishing your daily water goal. These 4 laws make it easier to adopt new habits by removing friction and creating positive reinforcement. By following this process, you can turn even the hardest habits into something enjoyable and automatic. One of the most important lessons from Atomic Habits is the concept of identity-based habits. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. Clear explains that the most powerful way to change your behavior is to shift your identity. For example, if your goal is to become healthier, don't just focus on losing weight or going to the gym. Instead, adopt the identity of a healthy person. Ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? This mindset shift makes it easier to adopt the behaviors that align with your new identity. Clear gives the example of someone trying to quit smoking. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to quit," the person could say, "I'm not a smoker." This small shift in identity makes it easier to stick to the new habit because it's now part of who you are. By focusing on becoming the type of person who naturally does the things you want to do, you make habit formation more effortless and long-lasting. Another powerful strategy from Atomic Habits is habit stacking. This is when you attach a new habit to an existing one, making it easier to adopt. The idea is to stack your new habit onto something you already do regularly. For example, let's say you want to start meditating every morning. Instead of trying to carve out a random time during the day, you can stack it onto a habit you already have, like brushing your teeth. After brushing your teeth in the morning, you can immediately sit down for a 5-minute meditation. By linking your new habit to something you already do, you create a trigger that reminds you to perform the new habit. It's a simple but effective way to build consistency. One of the most frustrating parts of building new habits is the feeling that you're not making progress. Clear refers to this as the plateau of latent potential. This is the period where you're putting in effort, but you don't see immediate results. It's the point where most people give up. Clear explains that progress often works like an ice cube melting. You may not notice the change at first, but once the temperature rises to a certain point, the ice suddenly starts to melt. The same goes for habits. Your efforts may seem fruitless at first, but if you stick with it, you'll eventually see a breakthrough. The key takeaway here? Be patient. Habits take time to show results, and you have to trust that the small changes you're making will add up. Stay consistent, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Another critical aspect of habit formation that Clear emphasizes is the importance of environment. Your surroundings have a massive impact on your behavior. If your environment is filled with triggers for bad habits, it's much harder to change. For example, if you're trying to eat healthier but your kitchen is filled with junk food, you're constantly surrounded by temptation. Clear suggests designing your environment to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. In this case, you'd stock your kitchen with healthy snacks and remove the junk food altogether. The idea is to make your environment work for you, not against you. If you want to write more, create a distraction-free space where you can focus. If you want to exercise regularly, set up your workout gear the night before so it's ready when you wake up. By shaping your environment, you reduce friction and make it easier to stick to your habits. So, what's the big takeaway from Atomic Habits? James Clear teaches us that the key to lasting change isn't about making huge, sweeping transformations. It's about focusing on the small, daily actions, those atomic habits, that compound over time and lead to massive results. Whether it's making tiny improvements, stacking habits, adopting a new identity, or designing your environment for success, Atomic Habits provides a framework for building habits that stick. Remember, the power of habits lies in their consistency. Focus on getting just 1% better every day, and before you know it, you'll have transformed your life. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on personal growth and success. Give this video a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and remember, small habits lead to big changes.